Many blessings to you. It's so wonderful to be back. I wanted to give you a little preview of Pine Beach here in Florida and to introduce you to the first place where I had the energetic connection with the Atlantis energy. It was right behind me in this bay, and I was led here, and just a few minutes after I arrived, there was a beautiful family of dolphins that were spectacular to view, but more importantly, so sacred to connect to. And I had an immediate knowingness that that was one of the reasons why I was brought out here to Florida to do work with this beautiful Atlantis energy. And so we didn't have any intentions of whether we were going to just do an intro or do the entire next session here at the beach. And we've moved around a couple of times to finally find somewhat of a serene place. But I said to Bobby that it was important to tape, even if it was the intro here, because life is not always going to be serene, and life is never going to always be flowing, quiet, perfect. And it's going to have interruptions, it's going to have obstruction, it's going to have challenges. And we definitely experienced that in trying to find a serene space to do the intro. And I just wanted to leave that in. You may hear a little background noise just in the intro, but I just wanted to say that through the challenges, through the interruptions, we still have to find that quiet center and space to go inward and do and connect, right? And so I just want to do a couple of tuning vibrations, and then I will walk you through the meditation from the portal at home. Yes, many blessings. Just take a few breaths and just listen to the tune. And whether you can clearly hear it or not, it is a vibration, and it is merging with the serenity of the water behind me and the air, the elements. Allow yourself an inhale and an exhale to just open up the centers so that when I am at the Atlantis portal at home, we can be ready to step in. Blessings, and it's so wonderful to be back with you guys. I hope that everyone is doing wonderful. We were at the beach earlier, and there will be a little piece of the video that will capture Pines Beach, and I share in that little clip of my introduction to this beautiful Atlantis energy. And I just wanted to give you guys a little preview. Thank you so much for all the comments that I received, both on YouTube and off YouTube, regarding the first introduction to the 7 chakras, just cleansing and almost bringing closure to the lower body chakras. And maybe not closure per se, but advancing, ascending, right? Beyond the 7 chakras, which is what we covered on the first video that I shared about a week ago. And we also moved to the 8th chakra, where we learned that this is transcendence, being able to move from the lower body to now the upper body, which is our luminous selves. It's so exciting when we think about that because, they say that we only use 10% of our brain, right? And when we think of the chakra system, we can sort of think along the same wavelength that, in the 7 chakras, of course, they support the body, the organs, the function of the body, the interactions, of course, the emotions, right? But now, as we have entered into this new paradigm, we're being invited and almost required to ascend beyond the emotional state and the physical body into this new luminous body where we can finally really start to interact and become one with all the other aspects of our spiritual essence. And so I'm really excited. I hope you are as well. And it is a humble sharing, of course, always if it resonates. But I'm sitting here because this was a divine calling. I shared in the first video that I am out in Florida. Trust me, if you would have asked me 6 months ago if I was going to be sitting here, I would have said, you're crazy. But here I am. And a part of that calling was this beautiful Atlantis energy, which I spoke of in the first video, and that I hope that we get familiar with, is the Atlantis energy, in the forefront of ascension? No, you are. Each and every one of us that creates the lotus, the petals within the lotus. But are they contributing to the ascension? Absolutely. And part of that contribution is the ability, the opportunity to have redemption. And in a beautiful way, by the way, to be able to be, utilize the energies, the empowerment that they possessed in a very instrumental way in helping the new earth to anchor the energies, as well as the luminous beings who are prepared to carry this energy optimally. Of course, these energies are available to everyone, every molecule, every atom within the earth, so no one is excluded. But I like to say, like school, there's different levels, right? And we continue to grow as we learn from kindergarten all the way up to, a master's or a graduate, right, of a certain vocation. Ascension is very much comparable to that. With each step that we take, we become more and more ascended in our realization of who we are and our abilities, our purpose, our calling, why we are here, etc., right? And so introducing the upper chakras is really an amazing opportunity for us to get reacquainted with the structure of the potential of who we came here to be. And it's just incredibly exciting and joyful to know that this is the foundation that is being built in this new paradigm for us to reach and to experience and to reap the benefits of that realization. And so I'm a humble and excited participant. I have been working with my students, of course, for over a year in preparation for their awakening and in their mission calling, so that they can step out into the world and be guides. And it's really important if you find yourself awakened and also having a calling to step out. I would really invite you to do so. First, fill your cup, which means that, that you become the full cup, the chalice, so that then the outflow of that cup is what you ultimately wind up offering we should never really deplete ourselves. It shouldn't be, at this point of the game, it shouldn't be, a suffering, a sacrifice, or anything like that, but more so a joyful calling of being the example. And you are the example by stepping in and, filling your cup and walking the journey, right? And ascending, growing, and then, of course, being an example by sharing that with others who are willing and ready to take that journey on themselves, right? And so again, the interplay, and of course I am sitting in the Atlantis portal here in our humble home. I shared in the first video of, the upper chakras and the Atlantis energy, that this was, again, an incredible validation as we were looking for a home here, that this work was a necessary component to coming here to Florida. And they just hold the space of Atlantis, and I said in the first video, you should definitely, if you're called to attune yourself and work with this energy, to visit a body of water, the ocean, a lake, an aquarium, anywhere with the sea creatures. They carry this celestial high frequency energy. This is the light language, and it is very fine-tuned. We see that in the dolphins, but it encompasses many sea creatures. Of course, knowing that Atlantis is there, resides in the oceans, right? And so if you happen to be in a warm climate and you can visit the beaches and submerge yourself in the beaches, that definitely will be a plus as well. But we don't necessarily have to do that. We just have to attune ourselves to that kind of frequency through music, dolphin sounds, ocean sounds. And of course, I am helping facilitate this energy through this process, and I will continue to do so. And so today we are going to activate the 9th and 10th chakra, and I will share the definition of those chakras as we are activating them as well. Your preparation is to take a few moments to take some inhales and exhales. I'm going to walk you through that as well. Remember that you can come back to this video optimally when you have, some quiet time, and that you can come back to it again and again. This is not something that you do once and you're done. Actually, the practice of coming into being with your upper chakras as well as your lower ones, if you're still working within the lower body, is very important. Because this is how we expand our field and expand our consciousness as well. Yes? And so if you are ready, I am. And we are going to start by taking a beautiful inhalation of breath, always the commencement of meditation, of clearance. We take that inhalation of breath because we want to connect, plug in into the universal life force, yes? And in that exhale, we remember that the exhale is a cleansing, it's a releasing, it's a purification, it's a state of surrender. And in that place, then you become a recipient to plugging in into a higher source. Yes? Inhale, allow yourself to hold that for a moment. Exhale. Allowing yourself to feel that emptiness in the cavity of your solar plexus, of your belly. Allowing your shoulders to drop, and knowing that it's not just a physical transition, it is an emotional, it's an energetic transportation that you are bringing yourself to by virtue of the breath. Yes, inhale. Allowing yourself to ascend, to open the cavities of the upper body, of the celestial body. Exhale. Releasing, releasing, releasing any debris, any residue, anything consciously or subconsciously that you may be holding in the fields, in your auric space, in your bodies, in your spiritual bodies, yes? Allowing that to just slowly dissipate as you just fall into the breath, right? And we're going to do that one more time. Inhale and exhale. And allow yourself to gently hear my voice and allow yourself to receive the activation of the energies of the Atlantis, New World, New Earth energies through the tuning fork, and of course the vibration that is flowing at this moment. Yes? As you sit, we've already activated the lower 7 chakras. They're functional, they're moving, and we're moving beyond those 7 chakras, yes? We've already entered into the canal of the 8th, which is transcendence. You start to recognize, perhaps you have already, that you are not just this body, that you are an energetic frequency that is able to operate from a higher dimension, a higher awareness, a higher consciousness through the conduit of the body, but you're not attached to the body. Yes, you're not identified by the body. You recognize that and you honor the body, but you have become lighter in the 8th chakra. Yes, you have become in touch with the soul star that you are and that identity. Perhaps a star seed from another dimension, another civilization, and you recognize that you're here to not only participate in the new ascension, but to be a light worker, to be able to guide others in that direction as well, yes? And now, we call upon that energy to move to the 9th chakra. And the 9th chakra is where you become aware and in touch with your multidimensional states. You recognize that you are empathic. And you use that empathic energy to truly allow yourself to connect with all that is, the elements, with the new earth, the new vibrations, and with the human consciousness. However, you recognize that there is no longer a need to have attachments, no longer a need to sacrifice yourself in order to assist or help others. You are becoming a free soul, and you recognize the uniqueness and right that other souls have to be free as well, to make their individual choices. In the 9th chakra, you learn that as a multi-dimensional being, you are able to transport yourself, not limited by time or space. You can, like the shamans, visualize and transport yourself, shape-shifting into any place, any energy field, any location. Yes, that is desirable, needed, for light work, to assist any part of the universe or the galactic Federation field. From the ninth chakra, you also recognize your intuitive nature, and you allow the vibration to expand that channel wider, to be able to experience and to visualize from the single eye, which is the internal spiritual eye, the vision that is shared by the universal field and the collective. And from this place of intuitive vision, you can bring healing to yourself, to others, wellness, wholeness, insight. Insight beyond the limitations of the old paradigm into the afterlife, into the other dimensions, other civilizations, recognizing that there is so much for us to discover, and only when we expand our inner vision will we truly be able to encompass all of that. Allowing yourself to feel the opening, the key of the Atlantis energy to reach that ninth chakra, passing beyond the eighth. And now rising itself up to the 10th chakra. By some, it may be called the seat of the soul. It is the creative channel, the divine creative channel. This is where you begin to expand in your multidimensional abilities to be gifted, to recognize your gifts. You tap deeper into your creative side. Where creativity is the web that creates and manifests. And as a creator, from the 10th chakra, you recognize that you have that divine ability. You use your free will to manifest and create with integrity, with genuine love and light for yourself and others. And you utilize that creativity to create fields for others to step into, whether it's music, whether it's your voice, whether it's writing, cooking. It truly doesn't matter. What matters is that you are operating from the 10th chakra, which is the seat of the soul, and from that seat, when you create, you're actually feeding the universal force field. You're feeding your soul to expand to a new consciousness. And you are also feeding all those that you share with, that you are in the company of. Allow that chakra to expand, to open, to start rotating in this new Atlantis energy. Feel the magnetic energy. and sustain it. Hold it. Feel the pulsation moving through every part of your body, from the lower body to the upper body. And now we're just going to seal it right there, allowing the energy to harness and anchor itself. 8th, 9th, 10th. One more. Sealing the energy, anchoring, allowing it to flow effortlessly through your entire being, beyond the physical body, upward, yes. Using your breath to anchor the energy. Take a moment, stay right here, allowing it to just pull into the new earth, into the new ground, while it extends upward as well. You know, these new energies actually allow you to feel or give you the sensation of actually being elongated, which works for me. I'm only 5'4", so but truly it just really expands you. Yes. Allow yourself to bring movement into your structure. Use your breath to anchor, anchor, anchor. And I hope that you're feeling that pulsation, yes? It's wonderful to be able to be in a quiet space after receiving these activations. Ironically, it's also wonderful that after having a few moments of quiet time just to allow it to assimilate, to be able to then get into your body and go for a walk, you know, just a quiet walk, just to be able, again, what we want to do is anchor this energy, not sustain it in the upper chakras, because we're going to start flying high. And these energies are meant for us to embody them so that we can then be these luminous beings with these amazing abilities to be able to, I feel something touching me, to expand. Yes, they distract me all the time. And so anyway, I hope that you enjoyed that beautiful activation. I will definitely be back sooner than I was in this second installment. And thank you so very much for the comments. And I look forward to hearing what your experience has been after receiving this second activation. I want to really say thank you to people who've shared the video, and to my beloved who stands behind the camera, to Bobby. You'll meet him soon enough. And I love you guys. Thank you for being part of this incredible new energy. Make sure to step into joy and into loving anticipation as we continue to rebuild a new paradigm in the energy of love and cosmic joy. Yes? Always leave you with my love, with my light, and with my peace. Don't forget that I love you guys. I'll see you really soon. Bye-bye.